Hello and welcome to In the Kitchen with Matt. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Today I'm going to show you how to make an easy 7-layer bean dip. I love bean dips. They are so yummy and it's almost like a complete meal in and of itself. You have the dip and then chips and you can just eat that. Sometimes I'll just eat that for lunch or for dinner and not eat anything else. It's so good and they're so versatile. You can use a lot of different things for it and you can layer it differently if you want. And there's a lot of substitutions for ingredients, so just keep that in mind. This is how I make it. There's a lot of ways to make it, okay? Really easy to do, simple ingredients. If I can do it, you can do it. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. Let's get started. Down below in the description box, you'll find a list of the ingredients and their amounts. And so begin by making the meat. I have some taco meat here, and this is just the recipe for the ground beef tacos that I do. You can find the recipe over there. Up in the corner, there's an eye. Click on that, or I guess it's this corner. Click on that, and you'll find that ground beef taco recipe, and that's for the ground beef. You don't have to use the ground beef if you want. You can just use refried beans. But if you are going to use ground beef, cook that up first, and then that's ready to go. If you're going to make your salsa from scratch, I have an awesome salsa recipe that you can use. Again, up in that corner, you can click on that eye and find that salsa recipe. Also, all these will be down in the description box, all the links as well. And the guacamole, I have a great homemade guacamole recipe. You can use that as well. Or you can just kind of use everything that's kind of store-bought and just assemble it together. Totally up to you, super simple, okay? So I have a 13x9 dish here, or you can use one of those round trifle dishes, typically used for like a banana pudding or something like that. It just presents really well that way. And so we're gonna start with some refried beans, and I like my favorite brand of Rosarita refried beans. And I know that looks pretty gross. We could just leave it like that and dig in with the chips if we wanted to. But no, let's just smush this down and kind of just blend it all around. Yeah. Okay. Good old refried beans. Such a tasty thing to eat. And if you wanted to, you can make your own homemade refried beans. I don't have a recipe yet for those, but just keep that in mind. You could do that if you wanted to. All right, so just spread it on there. You don't have to be super perfect with it or anything. So that's the first layer, layer number 1. And now, layer number 2, we'll lay down the taco meat. Yeah. And this was just a pound, 1 pound. I just did a full recipe of that ground beef taco recipe. So this was a pound of meat. And that is layer 2. And now there's a variety of different ways the next layer, you can do the salsa, or you could do the sour cream. Some people will take sour cream and mix it with softened cream cheese. You could do that as well. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to lay down the salsa right now. This is about a cup of salsa. You might want to use more. You might want to use a little bit less. Just spread it on. And that is layer 3. Again, some people will switch between, they might do the sour cream layer right now, or they might do the guacamole layer. So let's do that. And some people put cheese further down, like a layer of cheese, and then another layer of cheese on top. Variety of ways. So we got some sour cream here. Yeah, sour cream. We'll just smooth that out on top here. And we're going to wind up using about a cup and a half of sour cream. More likely a cup and a half. And if you don't like your sour cream mix in with the salsa, then you can put the salsa right on top of the refried beans and then do the meat on top of that. See? So many different ways that you can layer this. Okay, there is the sour cream layer. And now let's do the guacamole layer. Yeah, and I just did store-bought just because it's real quick and easy. All right, so let's do some guacamole. This is, again, gonna be about a cup of guacamole. Spread that on top. Yummy. So that was the guacamole layer. That was about a pound of guacamole, about 450 grams. And now the cheese. You can shred your own cheese, which is always a good idea, or if you're in a hurry, then just use pre-sliced or pre-shredded cheese. And I'm gonna use a Mexican style blend, or you could just use like a normal, like mild cheddar or sharp cheddar or something. But I like the Mexican style blend. So cheese layer. Okay, I'll just use, I'm just gonna use the rest of this cheese, a whole bag of cheese. Yeah, I love cheese. And that was 8 ounces of cheese. And the cool thing about this recipe is all the ingredients, it doesn't have to be exact. You can change the amount of ingredients of one or the other to your taste. If you want more sour cream, use more sour cream and use maybe less of the meat layer, or just leave out the meat layer completely if you don't want to use ground beef, or switch out the ground beef for something else if you want. And that was the 6th layer, the cheese. And the top layer is a blend of just tomatoes. We'll just sprinkle this on. And this is just a couple tomatoes that I sliced up. And then of course, some olives. I love olives. One of my favorite things to eat, actually by themselves, are just olives. When I was little, or maybe even 2 weeks ago, I would put them on my fingers and eat them. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Drop a comment down below and let me know if you ever put whole olives on your fingers as a kid and ate them off your fingers. I don't know if that's just like an American thing, or if people in other countries did that as well when they were little. I don't know. And then we will top it off with some green onion, chopped green onion. And this is about a half a cup or so of green onion. But there we go. Yeah. An amazing 7-layer chip dip, 7-layer bean dip. Super easy to do. Whole thing probably takes, even if you're cooking the meat, the whole thing probably takes under 30 minutes to make. And this will feed a ton of people. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or requests, put them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs up, down the corner, push it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Take care. Time for me to dive into this. Oh yeah. I'm gonna grab a Tostitos, hint of lime. It's probably one of my favorite chips for dipping. Come in here, just get in there. Couldn't even get all the way down. Yeah. So good.